If you're over 60 and often find yourself waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., you might assume it's just a natural part of aging. But what if that assumption is wrong? What if this early morning pattern is actually your body's way of signaling something deeper? Something that can be adjusted, treated, or even reversed. As we age, our internal chemistry shifts in ways that directly impact sleep. The production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, begins to drop significantly. At the same time, cortisol, the hormone linked to stress and inflammation, can become unstable. This hormonal imbalance causes many older adults to wake up too early, often during the deepest and most restorative phase of sleep. But hormones are only part of the story. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that governs your sleep, also starts to shift. You may fall asleep earlier in the evening, and by the early morning hours, 3 or 4 a.m., your brain might already be preparing to start the day, even if your body hasn't fully rested. Add to that physical discomforts like joint pain, bladder issues, or silent conditions like reflux or sleep apnea, and your nights become more fragmented than ever. There's another factor most people overlook: what you eat before bed. Heavy, sugary, or greasy foods can keep your digestive system working overtime while the rest of your body is trying to relax. That late-night snack, even something small like a piece of bread or a glass of juice, might be triggering a blood sugar spike followed by a crash, waking you up right in the middle of the night. The foods you eat, the amount of movement you get during the day, and even the timing and type of medications you take can all play a role in these unwanted early awakenings. And yes, even certain prescriptions that seem harmless can disrupt your sleep by altering your natural hormone rhythms or causing frequent nighttime urination. But here's the good news. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is not out of reach. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your brain can relearn how to sleep well. Thanks to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new habits and patterns, you can retrain your body to rest deeply and naturally again. You don't need expensive treatments or strong sleeping pills. What you need is a system built on small, science-backed changes that lead to long-lasting results. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to break the cycle of waking up too early. And there's one surprising factor most people never consider, one that could be the missing piece in your sleep puzzle. Stay with me, because the answers you've been searching for are finally here. It's time to take back your nights and give your body what it truly needs: peaceful, uninterrupted, rejuvenating sleep. If you're over 60 and finding yourself waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. almost every night, you might think it's just part of aging. But what if I told you that's not entirely true? What if this pattern is your body trying to alert you to something deeper? Something that can be adjusted, treated, or even reversed. As we get older, our bodies change in ways that directly affect our sleep. The production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, decreases significantly with age. At the same time, cortisol, the hormone linked to stress and inflammation, can become more erratic. For many seniors, this hormonal imbalance causes the body to wake up earlier than it should, often right in the middle of your most important sleep stage, between 3 and 5 in the morning. But the problem isn't just about hormones. Your internal circadian rhythm, often called your biological clock, also begins to shift as you age. It starts to prepare you for sleep earlier in the evening and wakes you up earlier in the morning. If your bedtime has crept earlier, say 8 or 9 p.m., then by 3 or 4 a.m., your brain may think it's time to start the day. But even though you might technically have had 6 or 7 hours of rest, it's often not the kind of deep, restorative sleep your body actually needs. At the same time, physical changes in the body add more layers to the problem. Joint pain, bladder sensitivity, digestive discomfort, and even silent conditions like sleep apnea or reflux can wake you up during the most vulnerable hours of the night. These are interruptions that your brain doesn't always recognize fully, so you wake up without understanding why, feeling restless or confused. Now let's take a look at something most people ignore: what you're eating before bed. Believe it or not, the contents of your dinner plate might be one of the most powerful factors influencing whether you stay asleep or wake up in the early hours. Foods that are greasy, heavy, or high in sugar can keep your body working hard long after you've gone to bed. Instead of focusing on repair and relaxation, your digestive system stays active, trying to break down what you've eaten. This process can lead to blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes, waking your body up between 3 and 5 a.m. when energy suddenly drops. And it's not just about big meals. Even that small piece of bread or a glass of juice at night can do damage. Your body processes sugar and carbs differently as you age. What used to be harmless now triggers responses that disturb your sleep. The worst part? You might think you're just waking up to use the bathroom, but in reality, it's your glucose levels dropping, or your body responding to an internal imbalance. On the flip side, there are foods that naturally support better sleep, especially for older adults. A banana before bed, a cup of warm milk, a handful of oats, or a few pumpkin seeds can provide your body with tryptophan and magnesium, two natural compounds that help produce serotonin and melatonin. These nutrients calm the nervous system and prepare your body for deeper, longer sleep. Let's also talk about movement, or the lack of it. Many people think that getting older means slowing down. And yes, we do need to be more careful with our bodies. But when you become too sedentary, especially in the late afternoon, your body doesn't burn enough energy to trigger the deep sleep response at night. That leftover energy doesn't disappear. It simply lingers, and your body often chooses the early morning hours to release it. A study from the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry showed that seniors who walked for just 20 minutes a day had significantly fewer nighttime awakenings and felt more rested in the morning. This isn't about running marathons. It's about giving your body a reason to rest. Simple activities like walking around the house, stretching, watering the plants, or household chores are more than enough to send the message to your brain: we moved today. Now it's safe to sleep. Another hidden enemy of your sleep: your medications. Many older adults are on prescriptions that seem harmless during the day but wreak havoc at night. Medications for high blood pressure, depression, asthma, or acid reflux often contain stimulants or interfere with your natural hormone rhythms. Some cause frequent urination. Others suppress melatonin production. Even worse, long-term use of sleeping pills can backfire. Your brain builds tolerance to these substances, making you dependent on them without actually improving the quality of your sleep. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, more than half of adults over 65 who take medication for sleep still report early morning awakenings. In many cases, these medications become part of the problem instead of the solution. That's why reviewing your prescriptions with your doctor is crucial. A small change in dose or timing can make a huge difference in how your body responds during the night. But here's the most encouraging part: your brain can relearn how to sleep well. Sleep is not something you permanently lose. It's something you can train your body to recover, no matter your age, through something called neuroplasticity. Your brain can form new patterns that support a deeper, more stable sleep cycle. And this is where we begin to turn the game around by creating the right environment, the right habits, and the right internal rhythm. You don't need expensive treatments or dangerous pills. What you need is a system built around consistency, balance, and small changes that lead to big improvements. And that's exactly what you'll discover in the next part. Because now that you understand what's been working against your sleep, it's time to learn how to fix it, step by step. Now that you understand what's been disrupting your sleep, whether it's hormonal changes, the wrong foods, a sedentary routine, or even medication, it's time to focus on what really matters, fixing the root of the problem. And that starts by retraining your brain to sleep the way it was meant to. Yes, even after 60, 70, or 80 years of age, your brain can be taught to rest deeply, naturally, and without interruption. The truth is, your body never forgets how to sleep. What happens is that over time, your brain starts to follow patterns based on repetition. If you've been waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. every night for weeks or months, your brain begins to expect that wake-up time. It prepares for it, just like it would prepare you to get hungry at lunch or feel tired in the evening. This is your internal sleep habit loop, and it can be reprogrammed. The first and most important step is to build a sleep-wake routine that never changes, no matter what. That means going to bed and waking up at the same times every single day, even on weekends, holidays, or days when you feel tired. At first, this might feel strange. You may lie in bed staring at the ceiling. You may wake up too early. But within days, your brain starts to receive a clear signal. This is bedtime. This is wake time. And little by little, your sleep begins to respond. Next, you need to train your brain to associate your bed only with sleep, not with worry, distraction, or stimulation. Many people bring their phones to bed. They scroll through news or social media, check messages, or leave the TV on as background noise. Others bring their stress, thinking about family, finances, or health problems as soon as their head hits the pillow. All of these things tell your brain that the bed is a place to be awake, not to rest. From now on, your bed should be a sleep-only zone. No screens, no intense conversations, no eating. If you can't sleep after 20 or 30 minutes, get up and do something quiet and relaxing in another room, like reading a book or listening to soft music. Then return to bed when you feel sleepy. This teaches your brain that the bed equals rest. Over time, this mental association becomes stronger, and falling asleep gets easier. But to retrain your sleep fully, you also need to build the right environment. Light is one of the biggest enemies of melatonin, especially in the hours before bed. Bright lamps, phone screens, and even the TV emit blue light that blocks melatonin production and keeps your brain awake, even when your body is tired. That's why experts recommend dim lighting in the evening. Use soft, yellow-toned lights after sunset. Avoid screen time at least 1 hour before bed. If you must use a screen, turn on a blue light filter. The darker and quieter your room, the better your brain will respond. Temperature also matters. Most people sleep better in slightly cooler environments, between 18 to 21 degrees, 65 to 70 degrees. A quiet fan, fresh sheets, or simply opening a window can help signal to your body that it's time to rest. Small details like blackout curtains, sound machines, or aromatherapy with lavender oil may seem simple, but they add powerful layers of relaxation to your nighttime experience. Now let's talk about evening rituals, because what you do in the hour before bed is just as important as what happens during the night. Think of your body like a dimmer switch, not a light that turns off instantly. You need to wind down slowly, take a warm shower, put on comfortable clothes, sip on calming tea like chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower. Do light stretches, breathe slowly and deeply. Write in a journal if your mind feels busy. These activities gently guide your body into sleep, allowing melatonin to do its job without interruption. And while we're talking about sleep preparation, it's time to address a big mistake many older adults make: napping too long or too late. Yes, short naps can be helpful, especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. But if you're napping for over an hour or resting after 4 p.m., you're stealing energy that your body was meant to use at bedtime. Instead, keep naps between 20 and 30 minutes and schedule them before 3 p.m. That way, your body stays on track for a full night's sleep later on. But there's one more secret that most people overlook, and it can make a huge difference in how you sleep. Exposure to natural light in the morning. Your body has a built-in clock, your circadian rhythm, that depends on light signals to stay synchronized. When you expose your eyes and skin to daylight within the first hour after waking, your brain starts the countdown for the next melatonin release. That means your body will naturally feel sleepy at night, without pills or supplements. Just 15 minutes of morning sunlight on your balcony, near a window, or on a short walk can reset your internal rhythm within days. This habit is especially important for seniors who stay indoors most of the time, because indoor lighting does not provide the intensity your body needs to regulate its sleep cycle properly. Now, let's pull all of this together. What you eat in the evening affects your blood sugar and hormone levels. How you move during the day determines whether your body is physically ready for rest. The light you're exposed to, both day and night, controls your melatonin. The habits you repeat shape your brain's expectations for sleep, and the environment you create either supports or disrupts your rest. Everything is connected, and by making small intentional changes in these areas, you can retrain your brain and body to return to deep, uninterrupted sleep. Yes, even if you've struggled for years. You don't need sleeping pills. You don't need to accept that this is just how it is now. You are not too old to sleep well. You are not broken. What you need is a plan, a rhythm, and a commitment to changing how you treat your nights and how you treat yourself. Because sleep isn't a luxury. It's a basic, biological need. And it's one of the most powerful ways to protect your memory, mood, immunity, and overall health as you age. You've taken care of others your whole life. Now it's time to take care of yourself, starting with the way you rest. If this video helped you understand your body better, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And remember, good sleep is not a dream. It's a decision you can make, starting tonight.